Hey everyone, it's Erin with Hail Varsity. I am joined by Brandon, also of Hail Varsity, and we are back at Aviva Stadium, having just heard from Coach Scott Frost. We also got to see about, I would say, 8 minutes of essentially stretching and light warm-ups. But let's just run through it. There's not a ton to dive into, but what were the big takeaways from today, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, on a news front, and I guess this is good news, I think, for Nebraska, and getting to see the team for about those 8 minutes that you mentioned. Looks like everyone who we thought would be here is here. Everyone seems to be healthy. There were no surprises on that front. Very good thing from that early section. We've heard all offseason about Garrett Nelson, not just developing as a leader, but as, I think, the leader of this 2022 team. I'm sure we've put the video out from that early session already. You can find that on Hail Varsity's Twitter. But in 2 days, Garrett Nelson yelled, I guess more accurately, the world's going to find out what Nebraska football's about. It feels like we're at that stage now. It feels really close to kickoff, even though we're 2 days away.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of giving, for context, which you can check it out at Hail Varsity's Twitter account, or it's also a part of our practice package here on YouTube as well. He was definitely giving a bit of a motivational speech. It kind of happened between their traditional one perfect jumping jack, which has now become 5 perfect jumping jacks, and also just they kind of do a unity clap, if you will. I don't know what else to call that for sake of a better term, but he was definitely encouraging the team to do everything that they can to make this the best practice, the best effort that they have given. That shouldn't surprise really any of you watching this. Outside of that, just some keynotes from me. Trev Alberts was at Nebraska football's practice today, just more or less observing. Beyond that, though, we really didn't get to see a lot, so we kind of just have to take what we have been told and what we are hearing. And I guess what Coach Scott Frost did say is, again, Whipple will be on the sideline calling the plays. With that said, it also means that most of the offensive staff, it sounds like, is also going to be on the sidelines as well. It doesn't sound like they're going to be trading too many people from, sideline to box. And I keep pointing up now if you watched our previous video, because from where we're sitting today, it is right up this way. So it's kind of going to be an interesting thing to watch. Scott Frost said that they are kind of still figuring that whole piece out, but it sounds like most, if not all, will be on the sideline, and he will be freed up to really keep his nose out of the play sheet and more in, getting into the weeds of the defense, the special teams, everything else that comes with it. What else did we hear from Scott Frost today, or what stood out to you?
Well, first, it's become our Ireland tradition that we must point at the box that cannot be seen. If you don't get that reference, watch the video from yesterday. It was a key moment in that. That piece of it you mentioned about the assistants, Nebraska will likely have some of its support staff handling that from the offensive perspective. I mean, Frost said, at this point, a lot of the hay's in the barn, and kind of credited their approach to this whole trip, how they kind of made it feel like a regular game day, even though there was a lot different about it. So it feels pretty calm, pretty relaxed. Watching the players warm up, you have to resist not making too much out of these tiny practice morsels, or at least I think you do. Felt like a pretty loose and ready to go group to me.
Yeah, the defensive backs were having a good time dancing to a lot of the music that was played, which, look, it's not a bad thing to see the players loose, feeling, clearly not overly stressed. That doesn't mean that they're not taking that seriously. Please do not read too much into that. But for me, it was just good to see that they are, enjoying the process of practice. The process. I love how I just said the word process. Somebody out there just got very upset by that word. But here's the deal. We have plenty to come at Hail Varsity, both at hailvarsity.com and here on our YouTube channel. You can go watch some of those clips from practice earlier. You can also check out Scott Frost's video, which will be uploaded as quickly as the internet will allow us to make that happen for you. But the next time you hear from us in this stadium, it will be game day. But don't worry, we'll have plenty more from Nebraska's pep rally on Friday. I know many of you have asked for sights and sounds around Dublin, have been capturing some of those, so should have that for you on this YouTube channel here very soon. Again, like we always say, if you have any questions, thoughts, whatever, leave them in the comments. You can also tweet at us. We'd love to hear from you at Hail Varsity. Brandon, before we go, any final thoughts?
No, I am also ready. A lot of the hay is in the barn, so let's get to game day.
Let's get to game day. We'll talk to you later.